It is big boy time.
Oh, excellent job, Freddie. Excellent.
I don't know. I think we can commit a little bit more still. I want to hear more commitment next time.
Yeah, give it.
I don't
Run
know.
it one more
G4
time.
hated it, so.
Give us a little more energy. Give it a little more energy. You made the baby cry.
Oh my God! I can't. I'm not going back to back. I'm not doing it. You got next.
My son is upset. My son is upset with you.
It's a one and done.
So disappointing.
All right. Well, not bad.
All right, boys. Big boy golf back for another week. We have the Sony Open this week at Wailea Country Club. So we're staying over in Hawaii. Just a quick recap of last week. We were all over the board, as we've been. We had Furberger and Morikawa playing together in one of the final groupings going into the final Sunday. And we had our boy Neiman make the playoff. And we all know what happened with that. But we were absolutely all over the board, crushing it again. And we are moving forward to the Sony Open. So, Rock, give us some breakdown. We got a shorter course here. What should we expect?
Yeah, we're here. We're at Wailea Country Club, full field event, coming off that short field of the 42 winners and guys that made it to the Tour Championship. Now we have 144 players in the field. There's a cut this week, which is exciting. It's top 65 in ties. We're at a short course. It's a par 70, 7,044 yards. That's short for these guys. It's fairly open. The rough is not going to be all that penal, so you can't get in too much trouble off the tee. It's definitely a second shot course. We hit the winner 2 years ago with Matt Kuchar, and we had Ryan Palmer last year. It was by far our favorite play of the week at 90-1, and he came fourth. He was in it coming down the stretch, and he hit it in a fairway bunker and tried to on a par 5, tried to play out with a 3-wood, and he fell apart. But he was right there. Ryan Palmer loves himself some Hawaii golf, so he's someone to think about. It's interesting. He went off at 90-1 last year, and he's 35-1 this year. Weather's a big factor. Stormy Georgie's got his baby in his arms right now, but it's
I'm here.
A big factor. I know you are. I hear you. I hear you and G4. But the wind and the rain all right, G4. The wind and the rain could come into play here. Another couple little notes. I've found in my research that Mayakoba is a corollary course. And Hovland won that just a few weeks back. A lot of guys who play that course well play this course well. And another interesting stat, I believe it's 6 of the last 7 winners here played the week before at Kapalua. So that's just something to, if you find a guy that you like, it's something to look into. For my stats, I weighed ball striking, I weighed proximity. I had a little proximity blend, short iron approaches, little tee to green, little approach, shots gained par 4s. The par 5s are easy, so you gotta have to go low here. So you're gonna have to go low here. So I would say you gotta score on these par 4s, and then same thought, birdie or better, is a key stat for me. And when I run my stat model on FantasyNational.com. Russell Henley, who is coming in first. And when I think of Russell Henley, I think of Russell Knox. I think they are similar in a lot of their stats. I love me some Russell Knox.
I actually talk to Russell Knox's sister on Twitter every now and then. She's an interesting personality. Yeah.
I would like to talk to her.
I can
get her
try.
on here, man. Yeah, do it.
I'll do some magic. I'll work.
All right.
So, Rock,
right.
what are you thinking in terms of score? I mean, it was pretty low last week. Should we expect something similar? Because that kind of makes a difference with who we're picking. Because that, if we're going to have to go that low, that's got to factor in. So, are we looking similar, or maybe not that low?
Yeah, I mean, I think typically you're in the negative 20s range. Last year was an exception. Like I said, the weather was a factor. So I'd be interested to hear what what we're looking at weather-wise. Cam Smith won it last year. He wound up winning it, and he's more of a grinder, as you saw at the Masters. He can win when the tough gets going, you know. Listen, there's a couple guys. What was that? No, you sound terrible.
No,
George is underwater.
Go throw yourself out the window, George. No good.
Oh man, apparently the weather hit Georgie already. But yeah, I don't think it's going to be all that rainy and messy. From what I was talking to George earlier today, he said he thinks it'll be soft conditions, but he's doing a little dance.
All right, I'm in. I'm in.
There he is. What happened there? Good.
I don't know. I think what happened was my phone switched from my plugged-in headphones to my Bluetooth headphones without telling me, and it got all weird. But listen, this course, if it weren't in Hawaii and it wasn't windy almost all the time, this course would be probably, I mean, it already is one of the easier courses on tour. It's going to be even easier this week because the weather is going to be pretty perfect for golf. We have the only day with any wind really is Thursday with 10 to 15 mile per hour winds. The highs, because it's Hawaii, it's always like low, like right around 80 degrees to 84 degrees, somewhere in there. Both Friday and Sunday, we have about a 50% chance of some rain. So it might be even a little bit softer than what they're used to. These are pretty small greens, so that might really help some guys stick it close to the pin. So I would say, stick with your guys that fare well in easier conditions. Weather is not going to be a factor other than actually making it easier than usual.
Okay. Interesting. It's a Bermuda greens. When I think short Bermuda course, I think
Webby.
He does play well here. Yeah, Webby plays well here.
Yeah, Webb
He's got a couple top fives. Yeah. And my boy Berger statting out really, really well. I think he was second in my model at Henley. I'm looking at a bunch of guys. I mean, I think we can get into our picks.
You said there is a cut this week, right?
Yeah, top 65 in ties. I think the cut is normally like -2, -3 in that range. On this course. Yeah, you got to get after these par fours.
Wait, you think the cut will be -2, -3, huh?
Yeah.
Okay. I thought it'd be more.
Is that all right with you?
Yeah.
You thought it would be lower?
It works for me. Lower, yeah. I thought it'd be lower.
Yeah, I thought we're looking at a low rounds out of these fucking guys.
Yeah, I thought it'd be more 5-6 area, but.
All right. Well, it might
be. You're the king.
I mean,
down.
Justin Thomas a few years ago shot 59 here, and went on to win. I think it was like -27 or something. But Cam Smith won it last year at like -13. So I think the cut last year was +1.
I'm just gonna throw something out really quick. We look at these numbers all the time. Cam Smith. I was looking at Cameron Davis. Never mind. Who the fuck's Cameron Davis?
Cameron Davis is that Australian bastard that can swing it
That's
just
who I
as
thought
beautifully
Cam
righty.
Smith was.
No, Cam Smith was the guy who was making all those crazy shots at Augusta in November and making a run at DJ when you were sitting on my couch.
Young kid.
Yeah, he's also Australian, and he's like a wizard around the greens in my opinion. I consider him like a Australian Patrick Reed.
He's got baby face.
I like that.
Aussie Reed.
He's got baby face.
Yeah, he does have baby face. But Cam Davis, I see some value there. I mean, I don't know if I'll go that low, but he's like 135-1 or something crazy. So I think there's something to be said for Cam Davis this week. Some guys
Freddie,
I'm looking at just
magic. Freddie, you making some magic over there? We making anything happen or what?
I'm trying, man. I'm trying. She said she was going to try, so I don't know what that means. We'll see.
There you go. All right. Well, let's see. Let's flip it a coin. We'll see. We'll see.
I'd like to point out as well. I don't know if it was already said because I was changing my hysterically crying son, that Harris English, when he won last week, that was the first time he's won on the PGA Tour in 7 years. So super crazy anomaly. I mean, I'm really happy for him. Just pointing that out. Do we talk about this weirdness with Joaquin and Sergio and the picnic? What was going on there?
We did it. That was so weird.
We'll give you a quick little backstory. So Rock and I were playing in the Big Boy Golf Sim, and we watch him come off of 18, and he's with these chicks with Sergio, and Harris has still got a couple of holes to play, and he knows he's only holding, what was it? He was holding one shot lead, right? I think
he had a one shot lead, and Harris had a par 5.
Yeah. So it goes from him. It goes from him hanging out with Sergio and these two chicks, which could have not been significant others. We don't know what the fuck was going on there. It was very weird looking. Next thing you know, they're sitting down. Looked like they were having fucking drinks, all giggling. It looked like he was ready to go out for the night.
It was like a an hour break.
I heard his caddy finally stepped in and was like, "What the hell are you doing? Get on the practice green at least." And then he did.
And then when he gets out,
like a couple minutes before,
he gets out on the practice green and he's dropping balls out of his pocket like it's the Caddyshack movie. It was the most ridiculous thing I've ever seen. I've never seen anything like it. He was giggling on the tee box. He was giggling on the tee box of the 18th hole in the playoffs. I don't know what. Yeah. I don't know what happened. Never hang out with Sergio again. That would be my tip for Neiman.
Yeah, and he looked off.
Never.
In the playoff, he was like overly relaxed. Like it was like he did like a Quaalude or something. He was all like
well, what he hit his 5-iron into the green, that was a mess. That shot was bad.
Oh yeah. Well, what was interesting is he smoked his drive. Smoked his drive. 306 carry. Probably rolled out to like 360, and he had like probably one of the shortest approaches of the day on that hole with the carry and the run out that he had, and he just completely fucked it up.
Maybe he was doing what we did. Maybe he was doing what we do, where we do a shot for every birdie. He had like 30 birdies or something over the tournament. And he just like pounded fireballs.
I think he was
barely see his face.
I think he was getting lit with those Hawaiian chicks. I think that's what was going on.
It was so uncomfortable.
Yeah, that was
to watch.
definitely odd. It was uncomfortable. Very uncomfortable.
I mean, like, what are you doing?
What are you doing?
Yeah,
amateur.
All right, so what do we want to do here, boys?
Who's having any flying embers?
I am.
First round flying embers?
Yeah.
So I got a guy that I feel like I talked about him last week.
Timeout. I do think she's going to come on. I think we're going to have Mrs. Knoxy on the podcast. Diane Knox, Russell Knox's sister, may come on the podcast in a little bit. It looks like it.
Did you almost say daughter?
Daughter? No, I did not say daughter. Oh my God! How dare you?
We're going to get Knoxy on here.
Do we know if she's older or younger than Russ?
I think she's 2 years younger.
2 years younger. Okay.
Older.
Here's one guy that I'm kind of feeling this week that I talked about last week. He's like way down. I don't think he's going to be in my value pick, so I'm going to talk about him here and see what you guys think. I feel like Lanto
Griffin.
Thanks,
Griffin. Can't say his name. You can't fucking pick him.
I got too much going on.
Say his name.
Now, I got too much going on. You can't pick him.
I'm walking around, for anybody that's listening, for the 3 people that are listening to this, I'm walking around my living room.
Hey, we had 10 listens last week. Let's not get crazy.
Come on, 4 of those are us listening to it.
Come on.
Okay, I'm bouncing around my living room right now with my son, and he's
Miss Knoxy, is that you?
Hi, how are you?
Good. How you doing?
Knoxy.
We're so excited.
Knoxy.
Oh, wow. I feel very honored. Thank you for having me on. I'm excited to be here.
No problem. We do have a very large problem that we have to take care of. Can we call you Knoxy? Is that okay?
Yeah, I mean, I've been called a lot worse before, so it's fine. Yes, of course.
Well,
of course.
it is very weird. It is very weird for our team because since your brother entered the scene, we have called him Knoxy. So we are now naming you the True Knoxy.
Well, it's funny because I'm 2 years older than Russell, and I worked in radio in Scotland, and I did that for 12 years. And when I first started, they were like, you need a name, you need a catchy name. So they gave me the name Knoxy. And then as Russell's career kind of progressed, people love a nickname. So he adopted that nickname. And I'm like, no, wait a minute here. I should have trademarked that a long time ago because it was mine way before it was yours.
So it's been a battle back and forth of who owns Knoxy.
Yeah, I mean, I let him have it. If it means that he's going to win more tournaments and have a super successful career for years to come, then he can have it.
That's a classic older sister move. I love that.
Yeah.
Well, we know you that you dominate PGA stats, and that's why we wanted to have you on. You dominate in terms of understanding courses, making picks, and obviously we're a gambling podcast. We make our own picks, and we have our guys who specialize in stats as well. So we are dying and excited to bounce some stuff off of you, kind of see what you think for this week. I did see on Twitter that you went 7 out of your 10 picks last week were in the top 10, which is very impressive.
Yeah, and last week was kind of a weird one. Yeah, you guys will be the same. Like last week was quite a strange one because, you've got guys that had won, so you have like an amazing field playing, and it's kind of hard to, everyone's odds were like not fantastic. So we were kind of looking for like those real value names, and we had found we were like Joaquin Niemann. So I mean, it was excellent. Unfortunate for him to lose in the playoffs, but how can you not root for Harris English? So we were very happy for him.
Yes, we were in the same boat. We did have Joaquin Niemann last week, and we were a little upset, but
yeah,
we
had Ryan Palmer
he's
too.
A good dude.
We were so big on Ryan Palmer, and when he started to play great, it was like, oh yes, come on. And with him, it's always like he's such an experienced player, but I get so nervous on that final round. Like when he's in contention, it's like, oh, can he do this? Can he play this fourth round? And he was close, but nope.
He's playing so well right now. He's really on a heater.
Yeah, he really is.
Yeah,
and this could be a good week for him too, because obviously he's won this tournament, albeit 10 years ago, but 11 years ago. Gosh, I'm sure that makes him feel very old.
I had him last year, and he put it in that bunker and coming down the stretch there. He was making a run at it, though.
Yeah, did he not hit like 3 wood from the bunker or something? And it was like, what?
Yeah, we were just talking about that. He like hit it in the grandstands or something. It was crazy.
It bounced off the TV, and then like, oh yeah, that was crazy.
Hey, go big or go home.
Total mess.
He's been playing some great golf though.
Yeah, for sure.
So we wanted to actually just figure out what you've been doing, because you look like a busy lady. You're all over the place in terms of podcasts, in terms of the sports grid. So you want to kind of give us a rundown of who you are and what you do?
Yeah. Okay. Well, my name's Diane Knox. I'm from Scotland. I've been working with Secret Golf, which is Steve Elkington's kind of golf media company. And when I first moved to the US, I started working with him in 2016. And the company's kind of taken on some different guises over the years, but this is something that he's been working on for such a long time, is kind of putting together this like algorithm for each course to really draw out the names and see who's going to be kind of the top picks. So we had a lot of behind the scenes work going on before we launched the show with Sports Grid for the PGA Championship. So we've been working with them ever since then, and our show goes out on Wednesday at 2 on the Sports Grid network, which you can get through their website and then through all the TV streaming channels and stuff. And we do that with them. Then we do our podcast that goes out every Tuesday. And we work with a number of the players too. We call them our contributors, but Ryan Palmer is actually one of them. So, I mean, over the years, Elk's developed such great relationships with these guys. So it's always really good because we'll talk to them, we'll talk to caddies, and they'll give us, once they've played practice rounds, they'll give us sort of like their insights and things that we should be looking out for. So they really help us too, which is great. But yeah, it's busy and I love this. I mean, I didn't think I was going to get into kind of the golf betting market, I guess, but it happened really organically and we just have so much fun doing it. I always think, like, I don't want to take it too seriously and I don't want to take, like, myself too seriously with it. But once you start diving into it, and I'm obsessed with stats and always have been, and I'm like, wait a minute here, we're actually on a bit of a roll. So Elk's the pro, and we have a team that works behind the scenes, and they're, like, amazing. But, yeah, I love it. I'm really, really getting into it and enjoying it.
That's great. That's awesome. Well, if you love stats, we do have a stat guy on our team who kind of breaks down every course every week, kind of goes through every player, runs different stat models, and he's the guy to talk to. So I'll throw it to him, and I'm sure he has a million questions for you.
Yeah, if you question for him.
that is me, Knoxy. I am Big Rock. My name's Rocky, but they call me Big Rock. And you were just talking to Freddie, and we got Big. I want to introduce you to all of us. We got Charles over here, who's
hey Knoxy.
Hi,
he leads us and keeps us structured, and we got Stormy Georgie, who's our weather guy and just weird, interesting stats. And he's got all that on lockdown. And then I do the course breakdown and the stats. And like I said, I love it. Big Rock.
You know, the first time I kind of like ventured into this was there's a guy that I met called Hortsey. Have you heard of him before? He's like a stat guy out on the PGA Tour for a number of players. He worked with Billy Horschel and Brandt Snedeker, Ches Reavie. He used to work with Henrik Stenson. He works with Xander now, and he does all of their stats for them. And I met him at the Farmers Insurance Open probably about 3 or 4 years ago, and he's English, and he was telling me about what he does, and I'm like, wait a minute, it makes so much sense. So he basically does what you're doing, and what we're doing is he'll look at the courses, and then he'll like analyze the guy's stats from the previous weeks and then the previous years of playing that tournament, and he'll kind of give them a bit of a plan of attack. So that was the first time I was like, wait a minute, this is so interesting.
Yeah, I love it. I mean, do you are you familiar with FantasyNational.com?
No, I don't think so.
I would recommend it. Check it out.
I know.
Yeah,
I have seen that before.
Yeah, they pull all their stats from the PGA Tour, and they they put it in all these different sections. So I lean on them a lot. I mean, I look at PGA.com and all sorts of different websites, but I lean on them a lot. So the big question is, what are you feeling this week? What are you looking at this week?
Well, the way that we always structure our show is we kind of we re-rank the entire field. So we kind of pick the top 5 stats that we think are going to be important. And Elk, that's the great thing about Elk, is that he's played all these courses. He knows them all inside out. So we always kind of come up with the top 5 stats, and then we kind of like base a top 10 around that. And we kind of factor in a lot of intangibles, current form, past performances around this course, and we have Harris English at the top of our list this week, and it's just hard to see past him. I know, and I know that everyone's going so big on like Webb, and I know it's a typical Webb Simpson course, and obviously last year he missed that makeable birdie putt to get into the playoff, and probably is looking for a bit of redemption here. But it's hard to, I mean, the momentum that Harris English has right now, the momentum he's had over the past 6 months, that everyone knew this win was, in the making, and it was just a matter of when. And when we were kind of planning ahead before last week, I was like, I don't want to pick Harris English as my favorite first entry because I want to save him for Sony. I just kind of thought this course is going to be better suited to his game, and then he goes and gets the win. So I'm like, well, I'm sticking with Harris English. So we have him at top of our list, which is kind of a boring one, I guess, only because it's a bit predictable.
Yeah.
At this point,
well, I'll tell you when I ran my stat model, I did a lot of proximity ranges from like 100 to 150 yards, and who was popping for me was Russell Henley. And what's interesting is what's interesting is when I think of Russell Henley, I often think of your brother, because I feel like they have a similar game. Is that something that you've heard before or thought of before?
Yeah, and they battled it out in the playoff for the Honda.
At the Honda, right?
Before.
Yeah.
Russell, Ryan Palmer, and Rory McIlroy, and it was Russell Henley that won that. But yeah, I've heard that a lot before, and it's so not difficult. And I always try to keep like the Russell Knox, like my brother thing, not separate, but I'm obviously like insanely biased every single week. But when
of course, yeah.
when we include them too often, people are like, oh yeah, of course she's going to pick her brother. But, you know, obviously I know more about Russell's game than I do about any of these other guys because I know what he's been working on, and he's so confident heading into this week. And he's had like, 10th place, then 11th, a 13th here. So, yeah, and I've heard the Russell Henley thing and the Russell Knox comparison a lot before because it's that greens and reg, proximity, yeah, for sure. It's just accuracy is the thing, and putting. That's Russell's nemesis. As long as he can putt, then
yeah.
Well, I feel like that's everyone's nemesis.
Yeah, I'm right there.
Yeah, definitely mine. Definitely my nemesis for sure. Well, another thing I've seen about this course is Mayakoba is a corollary course, and I know your brother. I know your brother plays well there, as does Russell Henley. So yeah, I think your brother's definitely live this week for sure.
Yeah, I think so too. The other name that we were kind of big on this week was Kevin Kisner.
Oh, yeah.
We were looking at the most strokes gained total, and Kiz is like third of all time around this course. And we, again, with him, like when we were looking at his numbers, if he can, the proximity to the hole was kind of like his stat that was letting him down a little bit. But I always think with these guys, if they know better than anyone. It's not, we don't need to look here and say to them, oh, you've got one number that's not great. They know that. So I think someone like Kevin Kisner, especially after losing out in the playoff last year, I think this could be a good track for him.
Yep.
I love that call. I love Kisner this week.
Mm-hmm.
And actually, a quick question: when you guys think about this is Stormy, Georgie, and Knoxy. How you doing?
Hi.
Yeah, I graduated with a certificate of meteorology degree back in 2007, and I barely remember any of it, but I'm sticking with the name because it rhymes with Georgie. And I love the weather.
That's so cool. I love it. I love weather.
So when you do these
relevant
stats,
to golf.
It's right. That's right. When you do these stats, and obviously this week proximity is going to be a huge stat with the course the way that it's laid out. Do you factor the weather in? Like this week, there's not going to be much wind, it looks like, and it's going to probably be pretty soft conditions with some showers. Is that something you guys think about, or do you really stick more towards? Yeah, you do.
Yeah, definitely. We were comparing it to last year, and you look at the winning score last year at -11 compared to what it had been like -27 before. Was that what Justin Thomas went at? But
yeah, he shot 59 in the first round.
Yeah,
so.
that was insane.
Yeah, it's not a bad start. So obviously, golf is maybe the most mental sport of any sport out there. And not that we would ever ask for any specifics into anyone's personal life, but is there any name or names that you might want to whisper that we should maybe lean into this weekend?
Well, for like that they could be good in
well,
like
we don't. You're always you have the behind the scenes, like what's going on in these guys' lives, stuff like that. Is there anybody that's feeling really good this weekend that we might not know about as the general public?
Oh gosh, I used to
way to put her on the spot.
I used to be
really getting put on the spot.
I love that question. I've never been asked that question before, so I like that. I think because I used to be out at tournaments so much, of course you would see and hear so many things.
Yeah.
And but it's just been so weird lately in that sense, in that we haven't really been out doing things. And we were Sung JM. We're big on Sung JM this week as well, and it's hard not to be. But I heard that he just bought his first house, and he'd been living in. He plays every week, as everyone knows, but he'd just been living in hotels, and he didn't have a home. So he bought a house. Maybe he's feeling a little bit more settled in that sense.
He's got that house swag.
Amazing.
House swag.
I love that.
He's got a house to decorate now.
That's perfect. We're riding the Sanjay train this weekend.
Yeah, why not? And he's number one on the Tour for birdie average. I mean, there's a stat that cannot be argued.
There you go.
Well, I gotta say, I gotta say, I got 4 names written on my card right now, and 2 of them are Kisner and him. So I feel Knoxy that we're kind of on the same page here. So this is Ronnie over here. So my question for you, and you kind of mentioned it before with the whole gambling aspect, was back in Scotland. You know, gambling here is so prevalent. Sports gambling, golf gambling is getting pretty big. What's it like over in Scotland?
It is crazy. And it's funny because in Florida, we can't gamble. Like, we can do, you know, like DraftKings and stuff and do lineups, but it's not like you can put, like, legitimate bets on in Florida. And my boyfriend's, like, itching. We went to Pennsylvania a few weeks ago, and he was like, oh, my gosh, we can actually bet here. But I was trying to explain to him what it's like in Scotland, because you'll walk down the street. I lived in Glasgow, which is like the biggest city in Scotland, but you'll walk down the street and there's bookmakers everywhere you turn, and you can just simply walk in and put on a bet. It's such a huge part of culture over there that when I moved here, I was like, oh my gosh, wait a minute. I don't know, it's very normalized over there, I think. And my Twitter following is predominantly people in the UK still, I would say, and they obviously can go out and put these bets on. So it's great to be able to talk to them and almost keep that kind of connection with them back home. So, yeah, it's very, very different.
That is awesome. I mean, three of the 4 of us are in New Jersey right now. The other one's out in California. So us Jersey boys, we have Atlantic City, and we have a lot of options up here. You must be a little tortured being stuck in Florida sometimes with that.
Yeah, the thing that killed me, and it's going to kill me for such a long time, is for the Shriners Hospitals for Children Open. I was like, my dark horse pick is Martin Laird, and everyone was like, you're insane. Why are you picking Martin Laird coming out of nowhere? And I knew that he'd been injured. He had, was it his hip or his knee? So you kind of figure from that, if he's not taking full swings, he's going to be working hard on his putting, and that was always like the one part of his game that was letting him down. He'd won that tournament before, lost in a playoff before. So he was 250 to 1. And so many of my friends in Scotland put money on him and won. And I was like, oh my gosh, if I'd have put like $10 on him at 250 to 1. So that Sunday, I was so happy because, first of all, I'd called it. Secondly, he's Scottish, so that was brilliant. But there was just like awesome. Dark clouds hanging over me, like, oh, imagine I could have put even $1 on it. I would have been so happy.
I'll tell you, Knoxy, I hit him at Shriners. I hit him. Yes, I hit him, and I donated to Shriners after the tournament. On Sunday night, I was donating to Shriners way more than I would normally donate to a charity. So you can feel good about it.
Well
you can feel good.
Yeah. Thank you. And one of the guys that works for Sports Grid, he's in New Jersey as well, or he's in New York. He's up there for you guys. And he said he always listens to my dark horse and he'll put a bit of money on it. And that was the biggest win he had ever had. So he's like, I need to send you a gift basket or something to say thanks.
Yeah, well, he hasn't said kind of yet. Definitely hold his feet to the fire on that one.
Yeah, so Knoxy, this is going to put us right into the point of our show where we start to do our picks. And have you ever heard of Flying Embers? Have you ever heard of that drink? You there, Knoxy?
Oh, we lost her?
I think we lost Knoxy.
Oh, I'm back. I think we lost.
Oh, there she is.
I was like, am I talking too much? Did they just cut me off?
Just in time for the pick.
We would never.
I know.
So, have you ever heard of Flying Embers? It's a hard kombucha drink. You ever heard of that?
No, never.
So that's a big favorite of ours. I think Big Rock's probably half in the bag right now, actually, on it. So we like to call our first round flyer or our first round leader pick our Flying Embers first round flyer. So we're all going to go around and do a pick on who we think is going to win, or I'm sorry, who we think is going to lead after the first day, and then we also make a pick for the tournament, and then we do what we call a value play, which I've heard you say the word value a few times, and I absolutely love it because I'm the value guy on this podcast. I love catching guys that are at that high number that show a lot of value. So we're putting you on the spot, but we're also debuting our people's pick. We're just starting that this week. We're going to put some money on whoever the people's pick is, And if that pick wins, all that money is going to go to somebody that retweets that pick out. So we're going to let you on our show here be the people's
no pressure.
pick.
We're putting you on the spot.
So you are the people's pick.
Come on.
Oh my gosh.
So
okay. So this is for the overall winner.
Yeah, so you're going to do, if you want, we can go first if you want a second, but you're going to do overall, you're going to do a value, and you're going to do the first round leader.
Okay, cool. No, I'm ready.
Ron, you're going to put her on the spot for everything?
Yeah,
man, all of it.
Go with it. I'm going to roll. Okay, so I'm going to do my first round leader as Russell Henley.
Oh. All right.
I'm going to do my tournament winner as... Oh my gosh, I'm going to go with Ryan Palmer. I'm doing Ryan Palmer as
wow.
Is
the
this
people's champ?
Is that the people's pick?
That's the people's pick.
Is that the people's pick? Okay.
Well, no. You can, if you want to do a different one. If she wants to do a different one, she could do a different one. You want to do a different one for the people?
No, I'll keep that.
Okay.
I'll keep that for the people. Yeah.
Okay.
Great pick.
And then value. What do you think of value?
The value doesn't have to be a winner. It could be a top 5 or top 10, whatever you think is value.
Okay. So I'm going with Tom Hoagie.
Wow. Yeah.
Silence. Yeah, because when we looked at him, we put all of his numbers in. He jumped up a ridiculous number of slots in our re-ranking, and we looked at him. He was 110 to 1, and putting average on the tour, he's 3rd. Birdie average 7th. So when we put all his numbers in, he made a huge jump. So, and he played good last year. He was T12 last year, finished 3rd in 2018. So Tom Hoagie is my value guy.
Wow. I love it.
Do you like
I
it?
love it.
You like it?
Amazing pick, Knoxy.
Yes, let's hope.
Thank you so much for being on the podcast, Knoxy. It was wonderful having you.
So good.
I loved it.
So
Thanks
good,
for
Knoxy.
having me on. That was so fun. I loved it.
Yeah, it was our pleasure to host you.
Knoxy, Freddie's going to be in touch on Twitter. We'll keep in touch. We'll get you on here again, and we'll keep talking with you.
Oh, perfect.
We'll get some winners.
We're going to let everybody know. We're going to let everybody know that your pick is Ryan Palmer for the people. So if it goes bad, it's going right to you.
Okay. I know. Thank
you. All right. Thanks, Knoxy.
All right.
Thanks, Knoxy.
Bye.
Thank you.
All right.
Take care.
Bye-bye.
All right, boys. It's time for our picks. Knoxy was awesome. That was such a great surprise to have her on.
He's a great personality.
Yeah. Thank you, Freddie,
awesome.
for putting that together. That was awesome. All right.
Yeah.
Flying Embers, first round leader.
Flying Embers, first round flyer, boys. Let me just say really quick, because I thought it was very interesting. A lot of the stats that they base their pod on and their picks sound very similar to what we use. So, I mean, we're all kind of on that same track. I thought that was pretty interesting. I'm going to start it off with Flying Embers first round flyer. She named a couple of my people, man. I'm not going to lie. My Flying Embers first round flyer is Kisner. He was on my card. He was on my card. I really don't have to say too much more because she pretty much covered it all about him. He's all over this course. He knows what he has to do, and I just love his personality. Honestly, I think he, as much as anybody else, wants to go out there and perform, and has that drive in him. So, I mean, he has the history, everything we talked about. I like his.
I like that pick. I'll go next. First round flyer this week, I am going with a gentleman who is 22 years old. I'm going young. He's got a lot of potential. He loves
you
to
steal
fire
my
it.
pick, you son of a bitch.
He weighs in. He's 155 pounds, soaking wet. He loves picking. And Sergio Garcia. His name is Joaquin Niemann.
Oh, Niemann.
Dude, that guy's going to miss the cut.
I just have to hope that Sergio's nowhere near him before he starts his round, and then I'm in the money.
Let's be honest.
I don't think
a lot of people got in his ear about what he did before that playoff. I guarantee
I think
you
he comes out
mentally.
on fire. I think he comes out on fire.
I actually can agree with that, George. I am going to go with a guy that I don't even have to say his name. You know who it is. I am going with Z. J. First round.
Oh, I love it. You have an obsession. We didn't talk to Knoxy about our weird obsessions with golfers. Maybe that's.
I can't wait to hear his name 2 more times from you, Freddie.
You going wire to wire first round flyer with Zachy Johnson?
No. I'm going.
Stop. No. All right,
bro.
I am too.
Show the flying embers. Show the flying embers. Yeah, show that. Which one are you drinking tonight?
Oh, black cherry all day. It was a special occasion. I had to go special occasion.
Yeah. Special.
You know what? I'm going with a long shot. I'm going with a guy who leads. He's up there. He's third in the field in birdie or better. And you know I like that for my first round flyer. Harris English is first, and he was the first round flyer last week. My boy Furberger second. Not going with either of those favorites. I'm going with a guy who I've seen at 135 to 1. I'm going with Cameron Davis. I think there's a way he could go first round leader if he played lefty, motherfuckers. I'm going Cameron Davis. First round.
Wow.
Love that.
The boy.
Outright.
I'll jump in on this one because I think my son's about to have an outburst. All right. I'm going with a guy who's really been playing crazy strong. He is number 1 in proximity, 125 to 150. He's number 8 in shots gained on par 4s, 10th in birdies over bogeys. I think he's got a real solid shot this weekend. I'm going with Kevin Kisner.
Yeah, I mean, I was back and forth between first round flyer and winner with him, man. I like him a lot this week, absolutely.
Yeah.
I can go next if you guys want. I got my guy lined up. He was on my card to begin with. No. This guy, I don't know if you guys know, but he just bought a house last week, and I'm going with DJ.
Oh, I love it.
I don't know if you guys know that stat, but
so smart.
You took my pick. You took my pick. That was my pick.
Oh. He bought a house, dude. You're going to take him. Everybody's taking him.
That was my
pick.
He's
huge. Everybody's on him in the industry. Like, in the one and done, he's probably going to be the most owned guy, I think. Everybody's on him. That's my only hesitation.
What are his odds right now?
He does that out really well. He was 20 to 1, I think. No, 22 to 1. I'm seeing a little better here and there, but
that's not bad.
Yeah,
that's not bad.
Rock
Actually, no, he dipped. Okay,
18
I will
and
go.
50 to 1.
Yeah, he's 1850 to 1. All right. I'm gonna go with our girl Knoxy's first round leader. I'm gonna go with number 1 of my stat model, Russell Henley. I think he can get it done. I'm all over him. It was between him and Berger, and I feel like you guys would chop my balls off if I picked Berger again back-to-back weeks.
You can't do it. You gotta lead off.
I swear, if he wins,
a Fowler.
He's becoming a Fowler. I have a case of the Fowlers, case of the Phenols. Come on.
Yeah, I believe so.
But
so.
In this scenario,
poor Ron. Poor Ron. He has no idea who he wants because he really wanted him.
No, you know what? I thought about this, and it's making a lot more sense to me. I am probably, being in a baseball pitching background, I have serious superstition issues. I always have, and they've never gone away. The fact that we had Knoxy on here, I trust Big Rock's opinion all the time, and he says he's alive as hell here. I'm going with our man, Russell Knox.
Wow.
I'm going with
Love
it.
that.
Wow.
Knoxy felt good about her brother. Big Rock feels good about him. And you know what? She made an appearance on our show, and that is the stars aligning, and it's somebody's trying to tell me to fucking take him, and I'm going to take him. So let's fucking go.
Listen to me. Listen to me right now. We are new to this podcast world. We dove in. We got a friggin' celebrity, one of the players' sisters, on our show, and she told us
the true Knoxy.
The true Knoxy. She told us that Junior Knoxy was in good form, and he's never been more prepared. Like, she was like raving about him, and I don't believe that was all biased. Like, I think she really believes that. I know he plays well here.
I felt it.
He's 90-1. That feels short. So to me, somebody knows something. Henley is comparable. She said she's heard it before many times. I said it. He's 35-1 and won in my model. Like, there's so many signs, and you could just see it. If he wins, we're going to be all over I think we're going to be A-list celebrities if he wins. But I love it. I love the pick, Ron. I went Henley. You went Knox. This is great. I love it. Okay, value play. I got to look into
value
Tom
time.
Hoagie. I got to tell you that right now.
Who's going first?
Rock, real quick. Was Tom Hoagie on your short list or list at all?
No, I'm going to tell you where
he's
Tom
on the
Hoagie
list.
He's on the list.
He's
20th in my
He's 20 on your model.
Yeah, 20th in my model.
Okay.
Honestly, I wasn't looking at him, but here's the thing. Tom Hoagie, from what I know about Tom Hoagie, is he's an exceptional putter. We just lost our Zoom, but just keep going. He's an exceptional putter. And I don't typically weigh putting because I feel like it's such a variable. But good putters who are bad at hitting golf balls have won here before. Patton Kazire. Are you guys there? Did I lose you?
Yeah, I'm here. Yeah. We're all here.
Kazire is an example. He's a great putter, but like he can't hit a green to save his life. But he got hot one week with his ball striking, and he won. He won here. He also won at my.
Are you sure it's Kazire?
Yeah. What do you think it is? Kazire?
You're positive.
Yes.
Yeah, I thought it was Kazire.
All right, so who's valuing it up? Let's go.
All right,
Ron, you go.
I'm gonna go.
Okay, George, go.
No,
George,
Stormy
Georgie.
I feel really good about this one, which probably means you shouldn't bet it. But here it is. He is 6'3", a svelte 235 pounds. He's 27 years old. The only stat in which he isn't gaining strokes is off the tee, which is fine for this course. He is number 9 in birdies over bogeys. His name is Sepp Straka.
Not what it is.
I'm taking him top 20 at plus 500. It's a winner.
Sepp, you want Sepp top 20?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Hey, just so you know, it's not birdies over bogeys. It's birdies are better.
Birdies. It's bombs over Baghdad, George. That's what
that makes a lot of sense. That makes a lot of sense.
We're all learning a lot.
But hey, listen, we're new, and we're gonna be A-list celebrities. All right, who you got, Freddie?
I am going with the oldest guy in the field. I don't know if that's correct. I'm throwing that out there. No idea that that's that, so don't check that. Jim Furyk, top 10. He is plus 1,400.
Dude, I actually like that. I like that. He won here like in 84 or something.
I know. The year I was born, he won.
Yeah.
All right, I'll hit you up with mine. You want to go, Rock?
No, you go. I'm deciding between two.
All right, so we threw out a little putting model in our group, and I know we don't always weigh that in big, but I like what I saw out of this guy on that model. He wasn't popping off the charts in the original, but hey, this is a fucking value bet. You know what I mean? You got to scrape the barrel for something that's going to shoot up the charts. So on easy courses, this guy did come up well, ranking number 2 on easy courses. His odds are insanely higher than anybody else's on courses like this. My man, Vaughn Taylor, he's made runs before. I've seen him on boards before. He is at an insane 225-1 for his ability on a course like this. I am taking him top 40, so please make a fucking cut for 250, plus 250, top 40.
Wow.
I like it. The value man.
All right.
Value man. At it again.
I'm going to go with another old guy. I'm going with Freddie style. Let me just give you a little breakdown. This guy owns this event, the Sony. In 2011, he came 9th. In 2012, he came 29th. 2014, he came 3rd. 15, 6th. 16, 9th. So he's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 top 10s. In 2018, he came 14th.
Wow.
Owns this event. He's 500
KJ
to
Choi.
1. No, he's 500 to 1. His name is Jerry Kelly, and I'm taking him top 40.
Oh my!
Like Ron, I don't know what that pays.
Wow.
I'll look it up.
Wow.
Stand by.
I can't even find that. Oh my
Yeah, it's
God.
a weird thing. I just came up with it. I know he knows his course. I keep seeing his name every time I look at it.
Or younger?
I don't know. I don't know the answer to that.
Top 40.
We need Noxy back.
Jerry,
though.
300, Rock. 300.
It's plus 300?
Jerry Kelly, top 40.
All day.
Yeah.
All day. I like it. As soon as you said top 40 and Freddie said he's 54 years old. Come on. He's a little jacked, too. I like him. We got this.
Hey, I'm just looking at these first round flyer fucking odds, man. They're so good. We got to hit a freaking flyer this week. Come on.
Yeah, I mean, well, I'm
week,
right now. I'm betting Noxy's. All Noxy's picks are getting bet. I'll tell you that right now. She didn't say what she wanted to do with Tom Hoagie.
No, but he is a shit ton of value though. I mean, you could probably grab him top 20 or 30 and get pretty good plus odds there.
Top 10
plus
900 for him.
Oh, we're gonna be all over him. We're gonna
What's
be all
20?
Over him.
What's top
all
20?
Right. Ready?
Sorry, I can't find it. It's not in alphabetical order. Okay.
I'm looking. I'll have it in a second. Hoagie's plus 400. Top 20. 400.
Guys,
listen. I'm gonna bet both of those things. We're gonna wager a lot on
Hell
this.
yeah!
Listen, guys, what a great pod. Freddie, thank you so much for getting Noxy. She's a great person, and yeah,
awesome.
I think we're gonna have a lot of good moments with her. Yeah. And George, thank you for everything.
So just to give a quick rundown too, the people's pick is Ryan Palmer. That will be tweeted out. If it's retweeted by you, you will be entered into the contest on Sunday. If Ryan Palmer wins, you will be entered into the list. We will pick the names, and if your name is picked, you get the full winning from Ryan Palmer on a $5 bet.
That's 35.
I'm looking right now. $5 bet. Yeah, 33, 35.
Yeah, 33
so somebody
to 1.
do the math.
35
times 5. 33 times 5. What is it?
145.
145 is going to be drawn if he wins.
Freddie, are you going to tweet that tonight?
Not bad for retweeting.
What's that?
Are you going to tweet that tonight?
That is going out tonight, yeah.
All right, boys. Hey, listen, I love you all. Let's get a winner. Let's get a winner.
Sony
on
Open.
The flip side.
Peace out.
We out. We out. We out. We out.